Why are shares lower after what Geetha just described was a pretty blowout report?
I mean, I think you got to sort of step back. First of all, I think blowout might be a strong word. I think the reality is Disney stock has obviously had a nice little run over the course of the last 6 months. I think the company definitely, I don't want to say was sandbagging, but if you listen to Hugh Johnson, Disney's CFO, he certainly was keeping, he didn't raise expectations after last quarter's pretty meaningful, upside in the first, several quarters of the year. So I think there was sort of an expectation that this was going to be good, that they were going to exceed expectations and raise the guidance. And so I think it was sort of in the stock. So I think this has been a very widely owned stock. People were sort of knew that the outperformance was coming. And I think the reality is, I think the thing that surprises me is that there isn't more excitement around the WWE deal this morning or the NFL deal. But I think just sort of hitting what people have thought, and you're sort of seeing sell on the news more than anything else.
Well, the market initially really did like that deal when it comes to ESPN and the NFL media. What does this say to you about the direction of travel for Disney and the company writ large? Is that going to be a spinoff, Rich?
Well, look, I think that you got to step back. And so, the stock is trading, you've got it up on the screen right now, $115. If you go back 10 years ago, Disney reported their fiscal, Q3 earnings. The same week, 10 years ago, the stock was trading at this exact same level. So this has been sort of a lost decade for Disney in terms of the stock. Yes, it's been up and down in between, but 10 years it hasn't performed. I think it's really setting the stage for a strategic transformation. And, Iger's last year is 2026. And I think when you look at how they're positioning ESPN, if you think about sort of launching the direct-to-consumer service, having it stand on its own, adding in the NFL content, doing the big NBA deal, this morning doing the WWE WrestleMania deal, they are putting all of the pieces together to separate ESPN and probably ESPN and ABC from the rest of the Walt Disney Company at some point over the next 12 to 18 months. And I think that is going to be the next strategic catalyst for Disney. I don't know. I don't think they'll talk about it this morning, but it feels like they're setting the stage for that.